It's like 11 a.m. Well, 11 p.m. And I look like fucking shit. I've had a long ass day, but I've been thinking about this all day today. I don't even know if I'm looking into the camera, but I thought I would make this video if it helps anyone, really. But okay, it's not that dramatic, to be honest. I don't know, making it sound like it's like ooh. It's not, but like it was something I felt today. So I went on a flight for the first time on my own. I went from the UK to Bahrain, and it's Bahrain. It's a cool country. It's not like a dangerous country. It's not one of those. It's like a chill country, but like the absolute thought of making this trip was so absolutely stressful. I've been meaning to, because from here I have a layover, which I'm in right now, and then I go to Pakistan tomorrow 9 a.m. It's about to be 11 p.m. Oh my god, I'm dizzy. So yeah, I haven't been to Pakistan in 6 years now. It's been a very long time. Haven't seen my mom, haven't seen anyone. We speak on the phone, but that's about it. But I am going to all the way to Pakistan with a layover, all on my own, and just the thought of it is so crazy, because growing up I was always told that I was stupid, that I was dumb, my brother was smarter than me. Oh my god, what is she gonna do? Like when I wanted to go to college, my granddad got up and he said, in no way in hell are you applying for a college, because you're gonna go to college and come back pregnant. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like 16, 17, and that was a shock to me, because this man is Muslim. He's a scholar, actually. So in Europe, from what I've heard, I don't know if this is true, my dad's side likes to really lie about their accomplishments, but in Europe there's about 6 people who manage all the mosques or something, and he's one of those people. So he's pretty religious, pretty high up. And I was shocked, because I couldn't even, at that time I was so sheltered. The thought of being pregnant was like so insane, and I couldn't believe that he wouldn't let me go to college because he thought that way about me. So I didn't end up going to college. I turned 18, and they tried to marry me off to one of my cousins or something. I don't even know about it, honestly. They didn't tell me. And like my brother told me about it. I don't know, he's never been nice to me. We've had like months and months of silences at times, and we've lived together, but we've never been close. But at that time, I don't know what happened. Maybe I made loads of du'as. The thing is, the Ramadan before this happened in 2020, I remember I prayed every day for 30 days. I was reading everything, I was praying, and I was like, please, whatever's good for me, make that happen. And I also funny thing, I also asked for an iPhone, because my dad refused to buy me a phone. And by that time I was about 18 years old, and everyone else had phones. Everyone else was able to call people, just hey, so what's up. I wasn't able to do that. He refused to buy me one, so I felt out of place. So my biggest wish was to get an iPhone. And like when my brother told me, my parents are divorced, so my mom's already moved on by this point. She was married to another guy, blah blah, and she like encourages me. She's like, yes, you know what, you should leave. You shouldn't let these people waste your life like this. And like thinking back, I would have never done it if my mama hadn't pushed me to do it. It never crossed my mind that I could actually call an embassy and get some help. or like get out of the situation. It wasn't a thing. I was so completely sheltered. I didn't know anything when I came to the UK. The woman who helped me out at the start, she was trying to explain an NI number, national insurance number, and I was like, bitch, what are you on about? I couldn't. She told me like 3 times and I didn't know what I couldn't. The concept wasn't like moving into my brain because my brain was so underdeveloped. I had no social skills. I had no clue what the world was like. I didn't know how to apply to a college. I wasn't able to speak to anyone about it. My dad, when my parents got divorced, I went to live with my mom, and now I'm just yapping, but I went to live with my mom, and then 2 years later I left because it was a toxic household. So I went to go stay with my dad, thinking my dad would be a better option at that point, because it was like either that or be abused. So I go to my dad's. I find out I have scoliosis. So I finished my metric, which is your GCSEs in Pakistan, and I didn't get to go to college straight after. All my friends moved on, but I didn't. My dad didn't let me apply. I didn't understand the importance of applying to a college straight away because no one told me. No one said apply for a college. No one gave me any information on it. I didn't have any gadgets to like even look up the importance of it, and I had like I was really sheltered. So I didn't even know. I that year that I spent from 15 no I came to my dad at 14 to 16 was just a year. Like I turned 15 like a month after I joined. So my 13 months was the craziest months. I spent my time just watching anime. That's all I did. I just watched anime, got into some really bad habits. So at 16, instead of sending me to college, my dad goes, oh, I'll send you to the UK. You go stay with my mom and dad, so my grandparents, and you get your scoliosis sorted out. So I leave, I come to the UK. They put me into a school where I studied my GCSEs. The school was owned by my granddad, so the only people in the school, the teachers, were all my aunties or my aunties' friends. So there was no, oh my god, I see there's some issues going on here, let me look into this. No. They were all together, so I was nothing there, got no help at all. Whilst I was there, I went to the GP like 2 times, got an MRI scan after 2 years, NHS, whatever. Finished my GCSEs. My granddad goes, you ain't going to college, you're gonna get pregnant. They sent me back to Pakistan, and that's where it all began. But back to, because I think I've rambled, but in the plane today, when I was making that trip from the UK to Bahrain, it was 7 hours, and I was so anxious. I've been anxious for the last 6 years, not only to go to Pakistan, because I've been having like loads of nightmares. For the first 2 years, I had nightmares that I would be stuck in Pakistan and I won't be able to come back. I had nightmares of my grandma chasing after me. She was actually running after me. My dad like being horrible, like it like proper fucked me up. So I didn't want to go to Pakistan. I was like, oh my god, no. And those 6 years that I've spent, I've literally only been able to learn how to integrate into society as a person, what my important values are, what I need to look for in people. I turned out to be an insane people pleaser, like crazy people pleaser. I let people walk all over me. But I'm here now. I never thought I would make it. I never thought I was capable of doing anything with my life. But I've got a great job. I'm able to afford all of this. I have the confidence, the biggest part, the confidence to like do things on my own. Like I was in the plane, proper anxious, getting through security and everything, coming to like my gate and stuff in Manchester, and I was like so anxious. I was thinking, holy, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go, I don't know what the next step is, but I figured it out. I got it. I figured it out. I got through security. I got to my gate, got on my plane, and I was thinking, wow, 6 years ago, this would be a dream. I wouldn't even be able to imagine. Damn. I wouldn't even be able to imagine being able to afford all of this, or even like step foot outside the house, because I wasn't allowed to even go to the goddamn corner shop. My school that I went to was a 5-minute walk away, but they picked me up and they dropped me off to school at a 16, 17. All my friends were taking buses and stuff, you know. I was not allowed to. No. Anywhere I went, had to go with them. At one point, I used to have a tablet that I spoke to my mum on. They banned me from speaking to my mum anytime I would ring her. Somehow they would find out and they would like question me and like try and like interrogate me. Did you say this to your mum? Did you say that to your mum? Because they hated my mum. And I used to be like, no, I didn't say anything, but like that they knew. They somehow, I don't know what was going on, but they knew. And at one point I had nothing really. I had no phone, I had no electronics. No one would borrow me their phone to speak to my mum. And my dad wasn't in the UK. He left me there, went back to Pakistan, you know, live his life and all that. And I didn't speak to anyone. I wasn't allowed to get friends over. I wasn't allowed to go to my friends' houses. I wasn't allowed to speak to them after school. And so there was a point I started talking to the walls because I just needed to speak. I needed to talk. I just wanted to hear my voice. I wanted to have a conversation. And then my dad started calling me possessed because he thought that was weird. My aunties and my grandma would call him and they would tell him, look at what your daughter's doing, talking to the walls, and I know who she's speaking to in there. And he would think I'm possessed. But then he would, on the other hand, he would also like get upset at me because I'm not staying with my family. I'm not coming downstairs to sit with them. I would just stay in my room. That's all I did. And growing up, thinking I wasn't capable of nothing or anything, and like just being told over and over, you know, this and that person's smarter than you. You know, your brother, he doesn't need to study for 4 or 5 hours for an exam. No. He doesn't even study and he gets an A. You study day and night and you still get a B. And anytime I would like try and converse with like the adults or anything, they would be like, kids shouldn't be speaking. And I was old. I was 15, 16. Why can't I put my input in a conversation? Or at least I was 13, 14. Like, why are you stopping kids from speaking out? You know, and then what happened is I come to the UK 2020 at 19 years old, and I didn't know what an NI number was. I didn't know anything. I had no clue about how the world worked. And I just always thought in my head that I wasn't capable of anything because my family told me that you're shit. So look, if you're in a situation like I was, or if you're moved out, you know, you've left them, toxic family, and you're starting new, honestly believe in yourself. You know, don't believe anything other people say. You will see how amazing, how absolutely magnetic you are, how like brilliant you're intelligent, you're smart, you can do it. You can get a crazy ass job, you can make money. It will come to you like this, and one day you would literally just leave everything behind. You would break their expectations. You wouldn't be the small tiny little girl that you was when you were living with your toxic ass family. That's what I wish I could have told myself back in the day. I wish I had someone like me who was able to give advice to like the little old me. I'm 25 now. I wish there was someone who could have just said, hey, Nana, it's gonna be fine. Like, do this, do that. Stay away from these people, or like, be wary of these people. No one told me anything. Like, I've met the most craziest, horriblest people ever, and I've had to learn from my own mistakes, and I've built myself up to this all by myself. No one can ever take credit for the shit that I've done, for the place that I'm in, and I'm so grateful. Like, God is abundant, and it's so true, because I started to manifest lately. I've been trying to manifest. I've been watching a lot of like videos where just like open your mind up a little bit, and I've been using the techniques, telling yourself good things, saying something wonderful is gonna happen to me today, something wonderful is gonna happen to me this week. I just know it, and then here I am. I would have never thought, and to other people I might sound crazy, insane. Oh my god, she actually cares this much about being able to go on a fucking flight. Yes, I do, because when I didn't have this, I wasn't allowed to close my own bedroom door. I had to always keep it open. First of all, never had a bedroom until I turned like 15. Until I turned 18, when I came back, because she's gonna get pregnant. When I came back, that's when I had my first very own bedroom. Before that, I was sleeping with people, sleeping with grandmas, sleeping with great grandmas, sleeping with people to just take care of them whilst they sleep. I had to clean out like their clothes when they're dirty, or when they just spoil themselves in their clothes, and then I was expected to clean up. I was expected to help them out. And that's the only way I literally actually just grew up sleeping on sofas until I turned 18, where the great grandma, she died. So they had an empty room and they gave it to me. And no, don't close your room door. Don't speak to anyone. Don't talk to anyone. My stepmom once told me, she was like, oh, you can really tell that your dad loves your brother more. And I was like, what? I never even noticed, because I was gullible to no end. This is why I don't believe people. On seeing my mom after 6 years tomorrow, I can't believe I'm crying so much. But this is why I have my doubts when people say, oh, she's 16, she should know better. I was 16, I had no clue what the world was like. It really just depends on how you're raised up. If you're raised a very sheltered way, keeping you away from outside anyone, the only people that you can speak to are maybe your members of your family, who are never going to be truthful to you, who are never going to do anything nice for you, never going to try and explain things to you, because they want you to stay small. They want you to never achieve anything. They had such big, huge ego problems. They knew I had no money when I was staying with them in the UK. When I was like 16 doing my GCSEs, my dad never left anything to me. I had literally no money in my hand for 2 years. I couldn't buy my own sanitary products. I couldn't buy anything. If I needed anything, I would have to like literally beg my grandma. And so they knew I had no money, but if they ever took, first of all, they never took me out with them for food or anything going out. If they did, they would demand money from me. oh yeah, I'm already paying this for you, or do you have this, or what, your dad didn't pay me for this burger or that burger. And it left me such a complex that I'm so severely independent now. Like, I don't like anyone spending anything on me, and unless I can give it back tenfold, don't spend anything on me. And I think that's so toxic, because when it kind of takes away the trust that as human beings we should have on each other, and it gives you such bad, like, self-esteem issues, like huge self-esteem issues, where you just feel like you're good for nothing, absolutely nothing. And so you need to do things that people want, you know, you have to go above and beyond and people please in order to get their attention, because no one ever gave it to you, in order to get their approval, because you just think so low of yourself. That when I came back to the UK, I kid you not, I used to look at people's expressions, look at the way they said things, what sentences they used, what words did they use, and I would copy it. I would copy it all the time. Like, nowadays, if someone speaks to me in an accent, I find it cute, because I'm like, you know more than one language, you know, that's why you have an accent, you know. If someone's from Pakistan, if someone's from, you know, East Asia, if someone's from India, if someone's from, like, anywhere really, if they have an accent, like Polish, Ukraine, Russia, if they have an accent, or French, because I play CS too, I always think, damn, they sound nice. I never think, oh my god, you can't speak British English, like what the fuck. But when I came to the UK at 16, I learned English from watching anime over and over and over again. And my family used to point out words. Oh, it's not lamb, it's lamb. You need to stop saying lamb. It's not lamb, it's lamb. Yeah, you're not saying it right. No, oh my god, look how she said it. She said lamb, it's lamb. Give me a fucking break. So I started to see how people said words, how it rolled off their tongue, and I started to copy them. How people responded to things, I would copy that. So for the last 6 years, really, that's all I've been doing. But you know, my story, my stuff is an example that you can make it despite all the odds against you. You know, you can make it, you really can. Don't be scared, don't be anxious, don't leave things to the last minute like I did. I spent 6 years not going back, thinking, holy shit, I'm gonna get stuck there, oh my god, I don't know how to go on a plane. Because when I came to the UK, I came with my brother. Each time I've come to the UK and gone back, there's been family members with me, and they've never even like let me give them my, and they've never even let me like go through security or show my passports. They've always been the ones to do it. It's actually really fucking weird. And so I never really thought I would be here. So I'm really, really fucking grateful. And you know, I don't want anyone else to ever think that they're not good enough, because other people have constantly told them the same thing. Like, honestly, if I made it, I used to think I'm the stupidest girl ever. Wow, why don't you just understand sarcasm? Why don't you just get it? Like, everyone else realizes when someone makes a joke. Why don't you realize when someone makes a joke? And that kind of made it worse. I was told I was stupid, and then I told myself I was stupid. I was never good for nothing. I wasn't going to be able to do anything. And so I just kept myself small. But don't do that. Don't do that. Like, you're literally capable of so much more. Believe in yourself. It's the biggest one. Pray to God. Even if you don't pray to God, pray to the universe. Just put that good energy out there. You know, be grateful of what you have, and just hope for good things to come. Believe in yourself and hope for good things to come. And honestly, it's gonna get so much better. But it's been 25 minutes, and I don't even know if I'm ever gonna put this out, but it depends on how ugly I look. I've made it.